What's up, YouTube? We're back. I told you guys we'd be back with the content. I wasn't talking shit. Week 2, we got a shoulder workout going down. This is gonna be not my typical training, to be honest with you guys. Been having a little bit of life stress lately, a little more stress than usual. Training is not taking a backseat, but it's a little bit different when you're very busy with business and you have a lot of other things going on in your life. It's not like how it used to be a couple years ago when training was really the only thing that mattered and it was bodybuilding. Like now I have a lot of responsibilities and things. So I think just in life, sometimes you have to give more to one area and take a little bit away from the other area. So I noticed when I was training before, I was training the same way I used to when I was just like, you know, full-time bodybuilding, that's all that mattered. And my body was really getting beat up. I noticed that I wasn't recovering how I usually was recovering. So I'm taking a step back in terms of the way that I'm training, not going as heavy, not doing as much compound stuff. Like it's not all about like, let's progress with the weight, progress with the weight, progress with the weight. It's right now, I'm just enjoying training. I'm doing a bro split or a pro split as they say. So it's, you know, like a body part each day, right? So like, you know, back, chest, legs, shoulders, arms. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna do the shoulder day today. A lot of volume, a lot of sets. I think shoulders really respond well to a ton of volume, a ton of reps, high reps. Just pump them up, hit them from every angle and blow them up, guys. You know, I have decent shoulders, I think, I don't know. There's no pump yet, so don't look yet, don't look yet. I didn't have the pump cover on today, but anyway, we're gonna get into it. Just, you know, fly on the wall, my normal shoulder workout. We're gonna pump it up, give you guys some tips, show you guys how to build some big shoulders because, you know, when you're building a physique and you want that, you know, very impressive physique when you walk down the street, you want wide shoulders. You wanna be like an upside down Dorito, right? You know, wide shoulders, small waist. Hopefully there's another Dorito on the bottom because you got big legs, but sometimes you don't. Anyway, the shoulders are what matters. So let's get into it. First up, we're gonna be doing some cable face pulls, right? This is really just kind of a primer exercise. It's really just to pump up the rear delts and the medial delts actually. And what you wanna make sure you're doing with this is getting external rotation when you pull back, right? We're not just pulling back, we're actually pulling back and getting external rotation so that the stress rolls onto the medial delt here. So we're gonna do 2 to 3 sets of this to warm up at the start of our workout, probably like 15 to 20 reps and just pump it up and then get ready for the good stuff. Guys, so 2 things you really want to make sure that you are doing, or 2 tips for this exercise is when you're pulling back and doing that external rotation, you want to end up with a rope kind of at your forehead, not at your face, right? That's going to keep stress on the delts. And then also one thing I really see with people is they're very rigid when they grab the rope, right? Like they have really tight wrists and they want to keep the wrists like tight as they pull back, but that doesn't feel good. What you want to do is hold on to the rope like only as hard as you have to not let go of it, right? You want to think like soft wrist. So when you see me pulling back, my wrist, see how my wrist is bent? My wrist is kind of like in line with the rope. So I'm not like holding it, like trying to go like this. I'm just letting it flow. Soft wrist, right? Just kind of hook, grip it, and that's gonna feel a lot better on your wrists and forearm because you shouldn't feel anything in your wrists and forearms with this. It should be all in the delts. You're also gonna think when we're pulling back, I'm trying to drive my elbows out this way, right? So I'm trying to drive my elbows out, out, out. It's a great exercise to start with if you're somebody who says when you're doing side laterals, you don't really feel your medial delts. This is gonna light them up first, so you're really gonna feel it when you jump in there, okay? Okay guys, so next up, we're gonna do a superset for rear delts. Rear delts are something that everyone has as a lagging body part, pretty much. Like, I don't think anybody has rear delts that are too big, right? And usually the normal person in the gym, they're lacking the rear delts. So it's good to hit them first in the workout. That way you have energy to focus on them and you can really blow them up, because when you just, toss them in at the end of a shoulder workout, you're really not getting that much out of it. You're already exhausted. You're kind of just like, let's get this done so I can get out of the gym kind of thing. But if you want good shoulders and you want your shoulder to look nice and full and nice and round and complete your physique, especially when you're looking from the back, you want rear delts, right? So we're gonna do this superset. We're doing prone, incline bench, dumbbell, rear delt flies. So we're doing the full fly motion all the way out, right, like you normally would. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna superset those with rear delt swings, right? So same thing, prone incline bench, face down. But what we're gonna do is after we exhaust the rear delt doing the normal dumbbell flies, we're gonna grab a really heavy dumbbell. So I'm gonna do 20s for my normal rear delt flies and then go to like a 50 and 60 for the rear delt swing. And what you're gonna see is very slow motion, and really all we're doing is this end range, this beginning range. So it's just a swing, because when it's super heavy, you can't even get it that far out, right? But the whole purpose of this is when you're doing the rear delt fly, right? When you're hanging straight down, the force here that you're going against is gravity, right? So there's really no stress here. So this first half of the movement when you're doing a rear delt fly, there's not a lot going on. So even though you can fail out here, right? You still have a lot of work in here that you can do, right? But if I just try and do that with the 20-pound dumbbells, I'm gonna be going like this for days. So what you do is hop off, grab a really heavy dumbbell, and then do a short range of motion, and then fully fatigue the muscle of its entirety, right? Instead of just fatiguing the muscle in one range of the exercise, right? So I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like. We're gonna do 3 sets here. The rear delt flies, we're gonna be about 12 to 15 reps. And then when I go on to do the rear delt swings, it's gonna be like 8 to 10 reps maybe. And it's really slow and I'm just exhausting it, right? It might look a little funny, but if you guys try this and do it properly, you're gonna be like, damn son, I'm making some gains right now, okay? One more. Oh, okay. Whew. Doesn't look like a lot at the end there, but after you do the rear delt flies properly and you fatigue them, that just smokes you guys. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the blood rushing to your rear delts. Great superset you guys need to try. Okay guys, next up, side lateral raises, the king of all shoulder exercises. When you look at the shoulder, what do you think? You think the outside of the shoulder, right? That's the lateral delt. So to smash those lateral delts, we're gonna do dumbbell side laterals. Personally, one of my favorite exercises, really blows things up. What we're gonna do today is 4 sets, and then every set is gonna be a drop set, right? So the first set, we're gonna get to something around maybe like 10 to 12 reps, and then we're gonna cut that weight in half and do a drop set. So we're gonna do that 4 times, guys. Like I said, shoulders, lots of volume. We're just gonna blow them up, get them nice and full of blood, make them nice and round, and they're gonna grow. Drop set, always very strict. Cutting the weight in half. Just pump them up. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little breakdown on the form of how I execute these. You can see I'm not going right out to the side with the side lateral, right? Some people, they do side laterals and they take it too literally and they just go right out to here, right? Or they pull backwards even like this. Rotate back and pull backwards like that. My arm travels on a little bit of a frontal plane here. So we're going to the front just a little bit like that. It lines up the actual muscle fibers of the lateral delt properly when you go like this, right? If you're going right out to the side and leaning back, what you're actually doing is rotating backwards, and now you're putting the anterior delt fibers in line with where you're raising it, right? So you're not actually working the correct area of the shoulder that you want to be working. And then also, guys, when you're pushing to the front like this, you actually can't pull back, right? And so one issue when people are doing shoulders and they're training lateral raises in general is they say, oh, I really feel it in my traps, right? I'm doing lateral raises, I feel it in my traps, it's killing me. Well, what you guys are doing is actually going probably too heavy on the raises, and then also you're pulling right out to the side and back, so what you're doing is this, and you're using your traps to pull backwards, right? When you push to the front and you go forward like this, you can't use your traps. It's impossible to pull back and push forward at the same time, right? So that's a trick for you guys. Instead of going right out to the side, just go out to the side, but forward a little bit, right? I think kind of like a 45-degree angle, right? So if this is straight in front, this is straight to the side, I'm somewhere in here, and you're gonna be good. Need a towel, I'm getting fucking sweaty. Okay guys, so we got shoulder press up next. This is mainly working for the anterior delt, the front delt. Gonna fill in this area, the front of your shoulder. Since this is a compound exercise, we're gonna be working up to quite a heavy weight, right? So when you come into this, I'm just gonna share how I would warm up for an exercise like this and actually get in the groove, because say I'm gonna shoulder press 100-pound dumbbells, I'm not just gonna come in on the first set and do 100-pound dumbbells, right? You're gonna injure yourself, it's not gonna feel good, you're not in the groove. So what we do is something called acclimation sets. Really, like, that's just a name for them, that's what I call them. You can call them warm-up sets, whatever, but basically the premise of it is I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do a set of maybe a really light weight, maybe 40 pounds, right? But I'm gonna do 10 reps, right? 40 pounds is not going to fatigue me at all at 10 reps, right? Like the purpose of these sets, building your way up to that top set, is not to fatigue yourself. You shouldn't be getting anywhere near failure. It's just handling a bit more weight each time so you can get in that rhythm and you can feel the weight and your body can acclimate to that weight. So I might start with 40 pounds for 10 reps, right? I might jump to 60, but with 60, I might only do like 6 reps, right? I'll go to 80 and I'll do maybe like 2 to 4 reps, right? I'll go to 100 and then that's gonna be my working set. So you can see, I've gotten up to 100 pounds. My body is comfortable, my body is warmed up. I've done a lot of reps leading up to it, so I know how it feels. I feel like I'm in a good groove, I'm confident, right? But I haven't fatigued myself building up to that top set, right? If I was gonna do like, 40 for 10 reps, 60 for 10 reps, 80 for 10 reps, and then try and do 100s, I wouldn't be able to perform as well when I get to those 100s, right? And really, the sets that matter when you're doing a compound exercise are those top sets, the top sets that you're gonna try and move as much weight as possible with great form and great tension and get as close to failure as possible on that exercise, right? So you wanna save up your energy for those sets that really count, and you don't wanna burn out with the warm-up sets, right? So now we're gonna go to 80s. We're probably only gonna do like 2 to 4 reps, see how it feels, and then that will allow me to gauge how much weight I wanna do for my top set. And like I explained to you guys at the start of this video, I'm not trying to go super hard with training right now. I'm just trying to get in, have a good workout, let my body recover, feel good, right? So I might not go as intense or low with the reps today. I'm probably gonna aim for around 10 reps for my top set, but we'll still be pretty heavy. We'll still be 100 pounds. Just explaining that to you. So let's grab the 80s and warm up. So 80 felt pretty good. Not too heavy, felt like I was in a good groove there. I think I did about 3 reps. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go to 90s and I'm gonna do a working set at 90, right? Say I bang out like 12, 15 reps with 90 and it's a little bit too light, then what I'll do is the next set, I'll just go a little bit heavier, right? Not a big deal. You get questions about the elbow sleeves all the time, guys. It's really for nothing other than a tiny, tiny bit of support, and it keeps the elbows warm, right? That's all it is. To be honest, it's more of a mental thing for me. It just feels good to have them on. Might take a little bit of pressure off the elbows, but yeah, just a mental thing. And you know, if it works for you, if it's placebo, it works, feels good. Not bad, about 12 reps. So what I'll do is, probably won't go up in weight there, but I'll do another set of that, probably get 10 reps, and that'll be a good amount of volume with some heavy weight for my presses today. Okay. Oh, shit. So guys, next up, we're gonna do cable side laterals, single arm. This is a great exercise again for the lateral delt. It's such a big part of your shoulder, right? Such an important part of your shoulder for getting that growth and getting that width. So we want to make sure that we do 2 exercises for that in a workout. And the cable side lateral really complements the dumbbell side lateral that we did earlier, right? So if you think about the dumbbells, what the force is that we're pushing against is gravity, right? So when you're holding dumbbells here at your sides, there's really nothing going on, right? So that's when the muscle is in a lengthened position, right? As you push out and up, the muscle shortens, but the weight also gets heavier. So really, when you're doing a side lateral with dumbbells, you're really only fatiguing this upper range, this shortened range of the muscle, right? So there's still lots of stuff down here where you're not really fatigued at all, right? When you come to the cable side lateral, it's the opposite, right? So you can set up, personally, I like to go a little bit of a behind the back setup. Doesn't matter, you can go kind of through the legs, you can go forward, whatever feels best for you. But the whole point is, when you're in this position here, and you're leaning forward, about right here, when the cable is 90 degrees to your arm, that's when you're gonna be at the peak amount of resistance in this exercise, right? So that's at the bottom when we're in more of a lengthened range, which is what we didn't fatigue over there. So basically, what we didn't do over there with the dumbbell side laterals, we're getting done now with the cable side laterals, right? That's why it's a good pair to have in there. Okay guys, we're gonna do 3 sets here. I like higher reps for these cable side laterals. It's an isolation exercise. There's really no point trying to go anything below maybe like 10 or 12 reps with these. I'm gonna go 12 to 15 reps. Again, just pump it up. It's hitting another angle, it's hitting another length of the muscle, and we're really just pumping it up, hitting it from all angles, blasting the shoulders and filling them up. Got a little bit going on. I don't know, doing something right, I guess. All right, we're gonna finish up with an underhand easy bar front raise on the cable stack. So one thing that I see people do with front raises that's completely wrong is the positioning of their arm, right? A front raise, typically, you're trying to hit your anterior delt, right? Which is the front of your shoulder, right? But when people do front raises a lot of time, they like to go overhand, like this. But what happens when you go overhand, right? You go like this. Now look what muscle is on top. resisting gravity, right? It's not my anterior delt, which is over here, it's my lateral delt. So if you're doing front raises overhand like this, you're actually training your lateral delt. You're not really training your anterior, your front delt. So like, it's not a bad thing, but if you want to train the front delt, you should train the front delt and not the lateral delt, right? So what I'm gonna do is either an underhand grip like this, or if I had dumbbells, I would do more of like a hammer grip. You still have this anterior delt on top, but with the underhand, easy bar cable, I feel it really good. I feel it right in this front part, and you can see even when I go like this, it's just sticking out right there, right? It's ready to do the work, man. Again, cables, isolation, I'm gonna go a little bit higher reps, probably like 12 to 15 reps. Shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, that's it. Smoke. Okay, guys, that's a wrap on the shoulder workout today. Got a really good pump, got some good work in. I think you guys are gonna like some of the tips and tricks that I dropped here. You know, we're gonna be coming out with this content on a weekly basis, guys, so down in the comments, definitely make sure to give us some feedback on the videos, what you guys like about it, what you guys want to see from it. You know, you can follow me on Instagram at Jason_Stevens, and just be sure to show some love, guys. Like I said, I'm doing this content for you guys. I don't have to put out content, but you know, I enjoy doing it, and I know that a lot of people are going to benefit from it, so I'm willing to invest, but just show some love, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, help out with the algorithms, and we'll catch you next week.